Thank you for joining me today. I thought it'd be fun if we take a good look at Transformers Generation Legacy Evolution Detritus. Let's bring this up a little closer, and I'm going to point out we have an Autobot symbol and a Decepticon symbol. So this is pretty interesting. And here we have no plastic window. Does give us a better opportunity to take a closer look at him. And so far, so good. And I love the promotion art that we have here for his alt mode. I love it here for his robot mode. Here on the back says we can convert him into 13 steps. We can also combine his weapons together. And here is the promotion art for Legacy Evolution. So, let's get Detritus out of packaging. Alright, you know the deal. We bring in the tools. And we always cut away from ourselves. Huh. You know what we say? Goodbye, box. And we have instructions. That's awesome. Ooh, we have goodies. Let's get that. Let's get Detritus out of packaging. And here we have Detritus out of packaging. And so far, I'm actually kind of digging the guy. So, taking a better look at his head sculpt, like I said, he has this goatee type situation. He kind of reminds me of a Rakgar. So I do like this head sculpt, and it's kind of a head tight joint, but that head can rotate 360. That's really nice. I like this gold part and the silver that we have here. You can clearly see we have an Autobot symbol. And we have a Decepticon symbol here in the back. So that is, I really like this. I don't know too much about this character, but it kind of reminds me of, like, he's either a mercenary and he chooses whoever size who's going to win, and so he benefits from it. Oh my god, the gold here, the red. This is, I'm liking this so far. I really like the silver that they have placed here as well. And the clear windshield, that's a nice touch. Articulation. Can rotate his arms 360. He does have a bicep swivel. We do have an elbow joint. He does have wrist articulation. He can spread his arms that far out. We just saw that the head can rotate around. The waist can rotate 360. The legs can come back that far. The legs can come up that high. The knees we can get about so far. This could have probably been a little bit more, but the wheel's in the way. We do have ankle articulation, and we do have that thigh swivel. So, this is, and the joints on this are tight, so this is a really nice, this is a nice surprise. Detritus actually comes with accessories, and this is one of them, and we can clearly see this is actually clear plastic, just painted. And we have the missile cone, which is also clear plastic, just painted gold, and attach them. There we go. And if you want, he can wield it, which is really cool. And then you can take his other gun, which is, to me, looks like, again, clear plastic with painted gold. Place this gun in his hand. So now he can track down whichever bounty he can take with him. So this is a really interesting character. Or, which is really cool, you can take off the cone head, and there is actually a port on the back here, and you can just place it right on and make it look like he has it right up there. That's really cool. So now he has two weapons. to go by. So this is, or we can attach them together. So we can do something like that. Now he's ready to... Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I really like that. That's really cool. To transform Detritus, we're going to have to remove his accessories. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's remove this as well, because we're going to detach that as well. And make sure that this is attached, because that's going to help when we're in his Jeep mode. And we're just going to place them off to the side. And now we can deal with transformation. We actually want to turn the elbows in. There we go. And now we want to bring the shoulders out. Just like so. So we can bring the hood up. And everything up. Everything will snap into place. So we have the hood and windshield done. We have these notches that will go into these grooves right here. And I also want to point out before we do that, this has a hole that will have a purpose later on. So we're just going to close this in, and the arms we're just going to stay at an angle. Just going to close that in as well. So arms are just going to stay at the angle. We're going to come to the legs, split them wide open, and here at the tire, we're going to bring that out, and we want to make sure that it's at an angle out. Come here to the other side, pull by the tire, there we go. Straighten out, then an angle. And now we want to make sure that we're bringing this all forward. There we go. Same thing on the other side. There we go. Bring the legs together. Now, there is a hole and there is a peg. And we just want to make sure that's lined up. So we have that hole in that peg. Just going to make sure that's all lined up. Now we have the toes. Just going to close that up. There's these notches under where the forearms are, and we're just going to clip them into place. And there we go. And now we bring in his weapons, and we're just going to fill in at the ports. Alright. And now we have Detritus fully transformed into his Jeep mode. And here we have Detritus fully transformed into his Jeep mode. And I actually really like this color deco. And it rolls really nicely. So that is always an A+ in my book. I love the Decepticon logo in front of the hood, so that is really nice. And I think the gold aspect of the figure actually shines to me in the Jeep mode with all of his weapons, everything shown around. I really like the Jeep mode. I can't wait for Hound, so I can't wait for that. And I really like the color deco to this. This is a really cool Jeep mode. To transform Detritus back into his robot mode, we're going to have to remove his weapons. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. And we want to come to the bottom here. We want to remove the arms from where they're at. And now we come here, and we want to come here to the tires, and we want to make sure we pull them out from there. There we go. And we want to make sure we bring out the toes. There we go. And we want this at an angle. There we go. And now we can bring this all out. We can spread the legs. There we go. Now we have a hole right here, and we have a peg right there. So we're going to get that hole to that peg. And once we do that, everything will line up right in there. Just bring the feet to that angle, to this properly. There we go. So, like I said, that we have that peg, we have that hole. So we're just going to bring that all the way in. There we go. Fills in that gap right there. Tilt at that angle, just right. There we go. We have the legs done. We can come to the arms, bring them out just to that right angle, bring the hood down. Actually, before that, let's remove the windshield. So we can now bring down on the hood, pop that back, bring those little notches in. There we go. And we'll bring those in as well. Turn the elbows. And now we have Detritus fully transformed into his robot mode. And here we have Detritus fully transformed into his robot mode. And this figure actually really surprised me. I actually like it. He's pretty cool. My final thoughts. Detritus here, like I said before, he is a surprise to me. I didn't think I was actually going to like him, and ever since I got him in hand, I think the color deco to this is really interesting. I don't know that much of this character. If somebody does, could you just let me know in the comments down below? That would be very awesome, and I would appreciate that very much. But the only problem I really have with this figure is this hollowness right here, and it just seems just kind of weird. So my only really big complaint is the torso area. Other than that, this is a very surprising figure, and I am definitely going to find a spot for him on my shelf. Well, with that said, I just want to thank you all for watching. If you can just do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button down below, let me know in the comments if you think he's shelf worthy. And until next time, you'll be hearing me in the next video. Everybody have a great day!